This is my better than a poke in the eye world, and, well, I was named that because I didn't expect this to actually work. I had two mods, one that claimed it was compatible with everything, and one that claimed it was compatible with nothing. So I decided to put them two together and see which one was right, and apparently they seem to be fairly compatible. Now, the two mods that I'm talking about are Buildcraft. Actually, it's Better Than Wolves with Better Than Buildcraft, otherwise known as Better Than Buildcraft. And then I also put in Minecolony, which allows you to have these goofy NPC characters that run around and do almost nothing for you. The majority of them spend their time, or at least half of them, the female half, spend their time walking around collecting things off the ground. Now, it seems kind of useless, but it actually is kind of neat, because occasionally you can wander around and check to see what they pick up. They bring them all to their houses, so if I can sneak into their houses and see what they picked up. This one keeps picking up wheat, which, if the mod was finished and had all the plans that the mod developers had with them, the mod itself would be doing neat things like they would need to make bread, and they'd be hungry and want to be fed. As it is, they're just always happy. Very happy, unless you tax them too much, and yeah, you can tax them, but it seems kind of silly, pointless, 2-power game, loss of balance. I mean, the treasury's holding 23,000. They apparently get taxed more than they make. So where they're getting the money, I have no idea. But this is another thing that comes with the colony. Now, of course, I built it a little too close to my town hall, so I keep having to fix it. But this is the warehouse. And there's a delivery boy that will come in every once in a while, take stuff out of this chest and deliver it. Ooh, arrows. And deliver it to other places. Here he comes. And yeah, they say stupid things. I've modified the file so that they're more entertaining than what it was. And I've got my cat up here, and he's in heaven because, well, if I let him, he'd have lots of chests to sit on. And there's 2 floors below this, so it's not a bad mix. Alright, continuing my goofy tour. Yeah, there's 2 delivery boys, because there's another town that I created before I read the fact that said 2 towns aren't working right. That's the bank that I never really use, but I can turn lots of steel into diamonds. This is my miner, who's whining because he's out of pickaxes. But he's a little obsolete right now, but he still likes to dig around and find warrens. Pretty much all of the little colonists are somewhat useful, but they're all kind of stupid. We got the hunter, who will go out and attack and kill creatures at night, which is kind of useful because he brings back nice things like bones and stuff to feed the dogs. And he has his own group of dogs. And when you combine it with Better Than Wolves, his dogs poop along with your dogs pooping, and they get fed, and he gets fed, and so you have a nice supply of wolf dung. Unfortunately, the problem that I have is I don't have a supply of cows, because the villages kill them all, and there's the huntsman going around. If you're bored at night, you can follow him around, and, well, that's interesting. He seems to be going into the mine. I guess that's where he finds more critters. And occasionally they'll get trapped down there. And it's getting dark, although I could just whip out my composite bow and spend the night killing things. I have a lumberjack. He goes and cuts down trees. He also replants, so he's fairly green. And the builder. And out of everybody, those are kind of the 3 most... Well, the builder went home. The 3 most useful people. But I had to build this one myself. So let's see. Where's my door? There it is. Oh, here, door. There we go. No problems with single doors. Okay, I go to sleep here. And then I'll wake up. Now, hopefully... Yep, there's enough critters. Now, one thing that the women folk of the village do that's relatively useful is when they come out in the morning and there's skeletons and spiders and, oops, things hanging around, they'll actually kill them. They're kind of ruthless about it too, so they're actually better at it than the huntsmen sometimes. And creepers. But the builders are good for building all sorts of structures. He builds a town. Oh yeah, here's the farmer. And there's a few interesting things going on. Now that's the village craft. Now let's take a look at the buildcraft, Minecraft stuff that I'm doing. Well, first of all, that big building I was in, that is my windmill. It contains my cauldron, and you can kind of see a little bit of the kiln poking out. Another guard dog. They're just all over the place, and they're sitting. They don't do much. Although I did have the huntsman accidentally decide that I was a target and start shooting at me, and then my dogs kind of killed them. Well, they started to anyway. He killed one of them, and then I had to finish him off. This over here is kind of a wall. It's one of the things the builders can build if you get into it or know how to make it. The documentation on minecolony is a little lacking, but it's in heavy-duty beta because everything doesn't quite work the way it's supposed to. So if it was incompatible, I probably couldn't tell. There's a item, and way out there you can see is a oil derrick. And I had my builder build. Let me go up here. He built a bridge, and that's kind of cool. Kind of screwed up in the middle, so I had to fix it and just made a little area for me to take a boat down. And it's fairly safe for me. But I'm gonna, let me go down onto the wall. Well, this wall is kind of cool. It's from, the 1602. Someone just trying to turn Minecraft into that. So let me go through. I'm gonna run now. It's a long walk. And I had it build this nice long area. Now over there is something that you can make the builder build. It's the mage tower. Although I have seen the schematics on Planet Minecraft for the same thing, and I'm trying to figure out which one came first, but it doesn't really matter because it's still kind of cool. You'd think a mage tower would have a nice place for a portal or a library or books like that. Unfortunately, it didn't. I've kind of taken my own modifications on it, and I installed a windmill to it, which unfortunately right now is decorative because it doesn't power anything. But it eventually will, and I'll have some underground power going to different areas. And then over here, yeah, another guard dog sitting around doing nothing but whining and barking. This chunk is one of those slime chunks. I'd be very surprised if I saw any slime down there, though. And then, of course, this is a large quarry, which isn't running right now because I let the engines run out of lava. If I get over here, at the bottom of this quarry was a few lava pits, so I went ahead and pumped them up, and so I have these tanks. It's the top level's about somewhere there, but it's still pretty high as far as how much lava's in there. So I've got plenty of lava, and I just occasionally go grab about 3 to 6 buckets, and I start putting them in here. And this is just kind of a cheesy chest storage. The idea behind this was I was going to clear out the space around it so that the slime pit would generate more slimes. And then I might continue this with digging more things around and using the filler to plug it in. But that is the world that is better than a poke in the eye.